I'm going to change your nappy now. Is that okay? Of course, the baby's not going to respond. Yes, Mum, that's awesome. I'd love to have my nappy changed. But if you leave a space and wait for body language and wait to make eye contact, then you're letting that child know that their response matters.
Right, Jane, you think that parents should ask their children's consent when they are babies to change their nappy. Is this not sexualising the interaction between a parent and child? Because actually, it's just a parent's job to change a nappy, isn't it? It's just a normal, natural, innocent thing.
I'm very confused about how this would become a sexual issue. So, for example...
Because you're talking about consent, which is implying that parents are doing something which is non-consensual.
There's nothing sexual about consent. If I was to say, oh, Suzanne, it's really lovely to meet you, I would love to give you a hug, I would wait for you to communicate with me
because
whether that's
two adults.
Well, it's even more important to do it with a baby. You're building a baby's brain.
The baby can't respond. And also,
have you got kids?
Of course. I've worked with children.
How many have you got?
I've got one and I've fostered and I've
Talk
been
me
a
through the
childminder.
conversation you had with your 3-month-old baby about consent. How did they go?
It would have gone. I just need to change your nappy now to make you comfortable.
And your 3-month-old baby said what in response?
Of course, we would know that a 3-month-old baby can't speak. Babies communicate all the time.
How did your baby tell you that it was giving consent? A boy or girl?
A boy.
Or gender fluid? Which one?
A boy.
A boy. So how did your little boy, aged 3 months, communicate to you that it was OK to change his nappy?
It's not the OK, it's the respect.
How do they give consent?
Well, that you can see in a body, in the body energy of any human being.
Talk me through it. Show me what he would do.
Well, if a baby is upset, then you will see tension, a body arch,
Jane,
something like that.
plenty of babies don't like it when you change their nappy. I mean, we've all, as parents, had to change the nappy of a child who doesn't...
Of course.
But you have to override that for the hygiene and safety of the baby.
Of course
not changing the nappy is abusive.
Of course, and nobody would leave a baby in a dirty nappy.
Did your son ever say no to you?
It's introducing the idea that I respect you as a human being, so there's going to be a momentary acknowledgement of I see you and you matter.
Did you ever not change your... Did you ever not change your...
If you were an adult and you were immobile and non-verbal and somebody had to touch you and clean you, you would like somebody to say...
We're fully grown adults who can communicate.
Is it OK if I touch you now?
All right, let me bring in Hilary. Look, this sounds completely nuts to me, right? No baby aged 3 months old can possibly communicate anything about having a nappy change. And if you don't change its nappy because it doesn't give you consent because it wobbles its head in a certain way, then that is, I'm afraid, abusive parenting.
Exactly. You can't leave a baby in a dirty nappy. And the thing is, consent. Children can't give consent. That's why that's why we have an age of consent, because children under the age of 16 can't consent. So we have to, as responsible parents, we have to decide for them what's good for them.
And as a responsible parent, you want to raise your child to know that their body belongs to them. Think of the NSPCC pants campaign. It all hinges on
so let's take...
respect.
All right. So, Jane, just to clarify, because viewers will be watching this going, how do I do this with my 3-month-old baby? What are the signs they should look for of a baby not giving consent for its nappy to be changed?
So you know, it's just looking for that moment of respect.
What is that moment? Show me, what does a baby do?
So for a baby, there'll be a tiny relaxation.
Come here, dirty nappy, boom, change, new nappy. Your way is, so I'm going to be I'm going to be the father here. You're one of my children for a moment, OK? So you're 3 months old, you don't speak a word of anything, you just gurgle, you break wind, you defecate and you eat,
with you non-verbally all the time, yes.
OK. I would like to change your nappy. Oh, your shoulders slump.
Yes, that's a relaxation.
So if the baby's shoulders slump, it is refusing consent. So
no, that was giving...
Are you giving consent? I'm sorry.
No, all I'm looking for is
Sorry, I've got it wrong. So the signal...
that's a bit of a worry, isn't it?
So the shoulder sloping is consent?
Well, it may be in one baby. Every human
You mean
being...
another baby, it might be the opposite?
All
How do we know?
you're doing is
How do I know as a parent whether it's giving me consent or not?
Because you tune into your baby from birth onwards
Right.
if you're not on your phone all the time.
Okay, so...
and you read your
if that
baby,
was consent,
you read
what would be the sign for not giving consent from a 3-month-old?
Well, as it would in an adult, it would be more of a tension.
Tension.
So just pause. It's not to... Of course we have to change babies' nappies. That would be lunacy to expect.
But the problem being that some babies, a shoulder shrug could be yes, others it could be no.
You know your baby.
And the tensing could be yes or no as well.
Yeah,
Quite
it's
confusing,
the joy of being a parent that you learn your baby to... As your baby grows.
If your baby doesn't give consent with its tension, and it's one of the babies where the tension means no, not yes, even though it can be yes.
You learn your
no.
own baby.
What do you do? Do you leave your baby to rot in its nappy?
I've made that very clear that you would never do that.
So what would you do?
You just wait for a moment.
What if it's like 3 days?
But a baby of 3 months isn't aware.
Oh, that's ridiculous. I was saying, sorry, so that part of our conversation is ridiculous.
Well,
okay,
leaving a baby
Hilary, I mean, this to me is the stuff of utter insanity. What is going on in the world where we're even...
Safeguarding children.
Yeah.
It's not about safeguarding children.
Okay, Hilary, there is a serious issue here, which is that we are trying to deal with children growing up knowing that their bodies are their own.
Yes, and that's fine with an older child, but a little baby isn't aware that it's an individual until they're like 18 months, I think it is, or around 18 months. When they look in the mirror, they're not aware that they're looking at themselves.
No.